Hello, welcome to my student support system. In today's class, we will discuss about cell structure. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, just click on I button and you will get link of Hindi lecture. Let us start. What is cell? Cells are the structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Cells were discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. Some organisms such as bacteria are unicellular, consisting of a single cell only, while other organisms such as human are multicellular, indicating that humans are made up of many cells. Cells are the smallest independent unit of life with different parts that perform their own function. For the cells to survive, some fundamental chemical activities occur within the cell. Each cell is an amazing unit of life. It can take up nutrients, convert these nutrients into energy, carry out specialized functions, and reproduce as necessary. Parts of cell. Human cell consists of cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, mitochondria, ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosome, peroxisomes, and vacuoles. We will discuss these parts one by one. First is cell membrane. The cell membrane is a very thin membrane that forms the outermost layer of the cell, and it is also called as plasma membrane. This membrane ensures that the boundary and integrity of the cell is maintained, and all contents are separated from the surrounding environment. The cell membrane contains a variety of biological molecules, mainly proteins and lipids. The cell membrane is made up of a double layer, or we can say bilayer, of phospholipid or fatty molecules with protein molecules intercepted between them. Here you can see this is plasma membrane. Here this is lipid. Okay, two layers of lipid, one and two, and in between there are protein particles. The phospholipid layer consists of polar head and which are hydrophilic, means water loving, and fatty acid tails which are hydrophobic or water heating. They want to be away from water. The hydrophilic head are situated on the outer and inner surface of the cell, while hydrophobic areas point into the cell membrane. Functions of cell membrane. First is a physical barrier. The cell membrane surrounds all the cells and physically separates cytoplasm, which is the material that make up the cell, from the extracellular fluid outside the cell. This protects all components of the cell from the outside environment and allows separate activities to occur inside and outside the cell. Second is selective permeability. Cell membranes are selectively permeable or semi-permeable, meaning that only some molecules can pass through them. Water, oxygen, carbon dioxide can easily travel through these membranes. Generally, ions like sodium, potassium, and some molecules cannot pass through the membrane. Next is endocytosis and exocytosis. Endocytosis is when a cell ingests relatively larger content than a single ion or molecule that pass through the channels. There are some channels through which the large molecules can be passed. Through endocytosis, a cell can take large quantity of molecules or even whole bacteria from the extracellular fluid. Exocytosis is the process in which the cell releases some material outside. Next is cell signaling. Another important function of membrane is to facilitate communication and signaling between cells. It does so through the use of various proteins and carbohydrates in the membrane. Protein on the cell mark that cell so that other cells can identify it. Second component is cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? The inside of the cell membrane, that is cytoplasm except nucleus. Cytoplasm reflects to the thick solution that fills the cell, which includes cytosol along with filaments, proteins, ions and macromolecular structures as well as organelles suspended in the cytosol. The cytoplasm includes all of the material inside the cell but outside the nucleus. Next is nucleus. The nucleus is the large organelle of the cell which protects majority of genetic material, that is DNA, within each cell. The nucleus produces the necessary precursor for protein synthesis. The DNA is used to form chromatin or chromosomes. The human cell contains 23 pairs of chromosomes within the nucleus. The chromosomes are thread-like structures made up of strands of DNA and histone protein. A cell nucleus and nucleoplasm is surrounded by a double-layered membrane known as nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope also. This membrane covers and protects the chromosomes from physical and chemical changes or damage. In a strained nucleus, a dark spot can be seen through microscope and this spot is known as nucleolus. Within the nucleolus, the several different parts of ribosomes are produced and exported. This is the structure of nucleus. Here this is nucleolus. These are chromatin threads. This is the wall. And to this nuclear wall or membrane, the endoplasmic reticulum is attached. And the ribosomes which are produced here, they attaches to the endoplasmic reticulum. Next is mitochondria. Mitochondria, in singular form we call it mitochondrion, are the organelles within the cell that produce adenosine triphosphate ATP, the main energy molecule used by the cell. For this reason, the mitochondrion is sometimes referred as the powerhouse of the cell because it produces energy. Mitochondria have two membranes, an outer membrane and inner membrane. You can see here, this is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. The outer membrane covers the surface of the mitochondrion while the inner membrane is located within and it has many folds. These are the folds known as cristae. The amount of mitochondria in a cell depend on how much energy that particular cell needs to produce. The muscle cell, for example, have many mitochondria because they need to produce energy to move the body, while red blood cells, which carry oxygen to the other cells, have no or none because they do not need to produce energy. Ribosomes. Next organelle is ribosome. The ribosome is a highly complex cellular organ or organelle. It is largely made up of specialized RNA known as ribosomal RNA or rRNA and protein. The ribosomal proteins and rRNA are arranged in two distinct ribosomal pieces of different size known as large and small subunit of ribosomes. This is large subunit and this is small subunit. Ribosome consists of two subunits that fit together. Ribosome function to synthesize protein. Proteins are needed for many cellular functions such as repairing the damage or directing chemical processes. Ribosomes can be found floating within the cytoplasm or attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. Basically, their main function is to convert genetic code into an amino acid sequence and to build the protein polymers from amino acid monomers. Endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum is a large organelle made up of membranous sheet and tubules that begin near the nucleus and extend across the cell. The endoplasmic reticulum creates, packages and secretes many of the products created by a cell. There are two major types of endoplasmic reticulum within each cell. One is smooth endoplasmic reticulum and another is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Each has distinct function and often differentiating the morphology. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the lipid metabolism and act as calcium store for the cells. The rough endoplasmic reticulum is commonly seen close to the nucleus and it contains membrane-bound ribosomes that give it the characteristic rough appearance. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in synthesis or creating the proteins. Next organelle is Golgi body. The Golgi body or Golgi apparatus is an organelle in all the eukaryotic organisms, even including human beings, that move molecules from endoplasmic reticulum to their destination, means where they have to go or to work, especially protein. The organelle also modify products of endoplasmic reticulum to their final form. The Golgi apparatus is comprised a series of flattened sacs that extend from the endoplasmic reticulum. The main function of Golgi apparatus is the ability to deliver vesicles or packets of the various cell products to different locations throughout the cell. This is the Golgi body. Lysosome. Lysosomes are specialized vesicles within the cell that digest large molecules by the use of hydrolytic enzyme. Vesicles are small spheres of fluid surrounded by a lipid bilayer membrane, and they have the role in transporting molecules within the cell. A human cell contains around 300 lysosomes. Not only do they digest large molecules, they are also responsible for breaking down and getting rid of waste products of the cell. They can also perform autophagy, which is the destruction of improperly functioning organelles. In addition, lysosomes have a role in phagocytosis in white blood cells. Peroxisomes. Peroxisomes are the organelles that can vary in shape, size, and number depending on energy need of the cell. Peroxisomes are membrane-bound organelle in most eukaryotic cells, including human being, primarily involved in lipid metabolism and the conversion of reactive oxygen such as hydrogen peroxide into a safer molecule like water and oxygen. Their role in detoxifying and oxidizing a number of molecules, metabolic byproducts and drugs make them prominent part in the kidney and in liver cells, means they are more in the kidneys and liver cells. Vacuole. A vacuole is an organelle in the cell which functions to hold the various solutions or materials. This includes solutions that have been created and are being stored or secreted, and those that have been phagocytosed, engulfed by the cell. A vacuole is simply a chamber surrounded by a membrane which keeps the stool from being exposed to the content which is inside the vacuole. So this is all about cells. In next class we will discuss tissue. So keep on watching videos, subscribe my channel, My Student Support System. You can like Facebook page of My Student Support System, and for making your notes, visit my blogger. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and join Facebook group Nursing Notes. Thank you. Have a nice day.